Are you ready for some football?
It's Duke and the coach.
Starting lineup features Duke, owner of your Columbus Lions professional indoor football team, and head coach Jason Gibson.
It's fast, action-packed, high-scoring football played at the Columbus Civic Center, also known as the Jungle. It's fun, affordable family entertainment. Kids keep any ball they catch and love coming onto the field after every game to meet the players and cheerleaders.
Duke and the coach are here to help you understand the game and why you need to come.
Roar, Lions, roar! Welcome to Duke and the Coach. I'm Duke Liberatore.
And I'm head coach Jason Gibson.
And we're happy to have you with us today. We have a great show in store for you, just as we have a great season in store for you. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about today. Coach, tell us a little bit about the season coming up. What do you have in store? Do you think it's going to be a good year for us?
Well, first of all, it's our 9th year going into this. So it's looking back all the times we've been here, just to be around 9 years. I think we're the second longest tenured team in the country as far as being here. And it's just great. So I'm looking forward to the season. We have a lot of players in camp, and it's going well.
So 9 years is really important. And we made a big splash in the organization with it this year because it's the 9th year. What we're doing is promoting the 9th man jersey. You'll be seeing those around. And for those of you who are lucky enough to have one, a lot of you season ticket holders already have the 9th man jerseys. We want you to wear them to tomorrow's game as we have our opener with the Richmond Raiders tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the Jungle. And that's an unusual start time for us, but many of the fans like it, a 3 p.m. Sunday game. And Coach, I thought, there might be a lot of negativity or resistance to that, but the fans I talked to seemed to like it because they said, I'm going to go to church, grab a bite to eat, then come on out to the Jungle and watch the Lions kick the Raiders' butts.
I mean, it gives you something to look forward to after church. I know a lot of people from my church are coming, so they're kind of excited. We got a lot of season ticket holders from Smith Station Baptist. So they're coming out to watch the game, so we're excited. It's just a great kickoff time.
Yeah, and as you said, it is the 9th year for the Columbus Lions organization. That's a long time for a team at this level to hold an organization together and a team together. But so we have our 9th man jersey. You'll see a big number 9 on a lot of the jerseys out there. That also means that not only that it's our 9th year, but that symbolizes that you are the 9th man on the team because we play with an 8 men on the field at a time, so our fans become the 9th man. We want you out there wearing blue. That's our theme tomorrow, wear blue. It's a blue out. So wear your blue. We would just want a sea of blue. We're expecting a giant crowd tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. You don't want to miss it. And everybody wears blue. You look up in the stands and just see a wave of blue. And 9th year, 9th player.
That's what we were looking forward to. When we talked about this back in September, we were like, let's just come up with a theme. And, going into that 9th year with the 9th man jersey, I wanted to see, and I think we wanted to see all of the fans walking in with jerseys on and just, go blue or go home. And it's kind of just domino affected and everything, and it's just turned into something bigger than I thought.
So go through your wardrobes today and be prepared tomorrow. When you come out to the Jungle and watch the Lions, we want you wearing that blue. And tomorrow's game is against the opener against the Richmond Raiders.
Yes, definitely.
It's the 2nd year in a row we've opened against them.
The good news is we've never lost them at home. The bad news is they've already had a game underneath their belt, so they're a game up on us. But we're already watching film and getting prepared for them as we speak.
So we also have some other things in store for our fans that I want to talk about today. We have the CLC, the Columbus Lions Cheerleader, which is, we're going to tell you about that a little later in detail in the program, but the CLC, the Columbus Lions Cheerleaders, is a newly revamped program that we're really excited about, and we'll have some interviews later in the program. We'll touch on that. But it's a new year. We're expecting a lot from the team. You think we got a shot this year at putting a good team out there? As always, we always do.
We always do. We talked about go blue or go home and go big, and that's one of the things that we've done. Just from a personnel standpoint, the guys on the team are just bigger than they used to be too. It's just all the way around. The logos on the helmet, the things on the jerseys, the size of the players, the size of the excitement, the pregame activities, which we've changed this year to try to create more of a college atmosphere. The 9th man band, there's just a lot going on for the first game.
The 9th man band, I want you to talk a little later in the program. We'll talk about the Lions Walk. It's something we started, a tradition we started last year. We're continuing to grow that. And we'll also be talking to our quarterback, Antoine Young, a little later today. We'll interview him and see what's in store, what he thinks is in store for the season. So we'll be right back with more Duke and the Coach fans. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's a lot to consider when looking at colleges. Focusing on what's important to you makes finding the right fit easier. Colleges offer programs to serve different needs and goals. You can learn a lot online. Nothing beats visiting in person. A sound education and career are your responsibility. Learn what to look for. Columbus State University is a great place to start. Visit online and reserve a campus tour. CSU just might become your first choice.
Duke, what are you doing?
I'm yo-yoing.
Why?
Because you said you've always liked to help people who yo-yo.
Honey, I mean people who yo-yo with their weight.
Oh.
I truly understand yo-yo dieting. I've lost 50 pounds 5 times and I swore I'd never gain it back, but sure enough I did. If you struggle with your weight or if you've ever yo-yoed, let Georgia Bariatrics help you. I can stop your yo-yo. I'm just not sure about his.
You're watching Duke and the Coach.
Welcome back to Duke and the Coach. And you know, Coach, this time of year I get so excited with all the buzz around the organization. There's a lot going on. You're in training camp. Guys coming and going. Really a lot of energy being cycled around. And tomorrow's the big game, so it's our opener, folks. We play the Richmond Raiders tomorrow at 3 o'clock. It's an unusual start time. You don't want to miss it. 3 o'clock in the jungle. That's Sunday afternoon. Tomorrow we take on the Richmond Raiders. And remember, the theme is it's a blue out. So wear your blue, show your Lions pride, wear your blue, and come on down to the jungle and watch the team. So let's talk about the team, Coach. I see a lot of new faces, some of the old faces. Give us a quick summary and overview of what's going on.
I mean, it was a rough training camp because it's the best players that we've ever had here. And so, this past week we had to make some difficult decisions. Hopefully it's the decision that's going to put us in the position to be able to be successful tomorrow, against Richmond. But, we got a lot of new faces on the team, but not necessarily new faces in the organization. Not necessarily new faces in the league. We got a Larry Edwards from Albany and Aaron Wheeler, and so we've added those veteran key pieces and then surrounded them with really, really good rookies, better rookies than I've had in a long time.
It looked to me like some of the guys you cut could really play. They might have been able to even start for other teams and start for us in the past. So the competition is good.
Yeah, definitely. And that was rough because they all could play at a high level, but you can only take so many at certain positions. I think at one point in practice this past week, we had 8 wide receivers that all 8 could play, and we can only keep 3.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Well, it is a high-scoring league, so offense is very important. You need the receivers. So, but when you start to build a team, where do you start? What's the cornerstone of the team that you build around?
That's whether you're playing flag football or NFL or college or arena, it starts with the quarterback, bottom line. And if you have a quarterback, you can win. If you don't have a quarterback, you'll lose. And that's the priority, and that's where you go, especially in arena football. It's hands down, it dictates the entire game.
Well, potentially every play is a potential scoring play. So you want to make sure you're not turning it over. You want to make sure you're keeping moving the ball and scoring just about 80% of the time we score.
Well, you figure on an average game, you're going to have 10 to 12 possessions. That means how many times you're going to have the ball on offense. And an average arena team is going to score 8 out of the 10. Yeah. That's a lot. And so in outdoor football, you can hide a quarterback with running backs or tight ends, or because there's 11 guys on the field. But in arena football, he dictates. He's a point guard in basketball. He dictates everything. Well,
it all starts with the cornerback. In just a couple of moments, we're going to meet the Lions quarterback, Antoine Young. He's here in the studio. We'll have him on the set here talking to you so you can get to know him a little better, see what he looks like, and get to learn a little bit about him and his personality. Antoine Young, the Lions quarterback and leader of the team, on set in just a couple of moments. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Call Dr. J. Broadwin and Associates today.
Sweetheart, Ben Franklin once said, there are 2 things in life that are certain: death and taxes.
That's true, and a tax refund can actually help you push back death.
Really? How?
At Georgia Bariatrics, we make weight loss affordable. Our base plan daily costs less than a fast food meal. You can use your tax refund, flex spending, or whatever is best for you. This is not about frivolous spending, it's about your health.
So come to Georgia Bariatrics for weight that you can afford to lose.
You're watching Duke and the Coach.
And welcome back to Duke and a Coach. And as promised, here we are with Lions quarterback and leader Antoine Young. Antoine, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here as always.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you've seen him around
We
a
see
lot
each
lately.
other too much, you know. It's like brothers, like tired of seeing each other.
Yeah, so Antoine, you've been in the league a number of years now, and so you're a veteran, and it's good to see you back. It's your second year with the Columbus Lions, and I know you've actually had the opportunity to take it all the way to the championship game a few years ago with another team, and it just so happens that's the team we're opening with this year. Is that right?
Oh, yes, that's correct.
The Raiders, right?
Yes, sir.
That's tomorrow's opponent, so we want all our fans to come out and see us take on the Richmond Raiders, Antoine's old team. Does that give you any special pleasure to be playing against them, or is it just like another game that we need to win?
It definitely gives me a little bit of fuel to add to my fire. Just it's a team I used to play with, know a lot of the former players on that team, know the coaching staff real well. So it's going to be a very fun event for me.
Yeah, but you're a Lion now, right?
Yes, sir.
There you go, man. All right. So last year we had an unfortunate situation about halfway into the season. You went down with an injury, and we missed you the rest of the way. How is it, what goes through your mind the rest of the year to drive yourself to want to go through the rehab and to come back? What do you think about? What keeps you going?
Just the love of the sport. Getting injured isn't anything that anyone wants to do. It's a very tough situation, but just the fact that I get to sit there and watch my friends play a sport that I've been playing since I was 7, it gives you a lot of motivation to want to get back up and try it again.
Yeah, well, I watched you during the rest of the year, and I know you were there at all the games and all the practices. I could tell you were kind of, I don't know what the right expression would be, eating your heart out wishing you were out there, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I bet that's tough.
Yeah, we picked up, it was rough at the end of the season because we had finally put all the pieces together to where we needed to be, and then he goes down, and then we kind of struggled, offensively, and we could have finished out the last couple of games. I really probably would have won the championship. Yeah. So hopefully now with those pieces back, he's at full strength. Both knees are at full strength. We got braces all over his body.
Bionic.
So, yeah, don't touch him. And hopefully this will be the year.
Yeah. Well, how are you feeling about the team? You think pieces are falling into place?
Honestly, I feel like this is the best team I've ever played on, just with the additions that we've added from other teams. We got a great new Mike linebacker, Larry Edwards. We beefed up our offensive line with Aaron, new defensive linemen, new DBs. I just think overall, the outlook of the team, the new receiver core that I have, it's going to be a great team.
That offensive line's important to you, isn't it?
Yes, very important.
Keep you from getting beat up too much.
We were just talking about how many linemen, because you're really only supposed to carry 3 offensive linemen. And he's like, no, coach, we need to carry 4. We need to carry 4. So I'm like, okay, whoever, as long as you're not on your back, we'll carry whatever we have to do.
Yeah, well, that's great. Well, how is it now? What do you think this year going into this game tomorrow? The Richmond Raiders played a game already. Coach and Antoine, what do you think? Do you think that makes a difference? Does that give them a little bit of an advantage that they've had a chance to play one game already?
I think it does give them an advantage, but for us, it's about a fast start. We don't want to come out and start slow just because it's our first game, because they've already had a game. They're going to be up, ready to go. So it's just about coming out fast and connecting on all cylinders from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, Coach, how about for you? What do you think? A little bit I've been around camp and the practices. It seems to be like a pretty cohesive group. Is that typical this year, or do you think it's a little better?
A little different in the past. I think all the players get it. All the players kind of feel it. We talk about it as a coaching staff behind closed doors, just about the relationships these guys have, because they're talking football outside of football.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. They're hanging out, they're doing things. And so, you hear about all the teams that are really successful. You have that kind of teamwork and that kind of camaraderie going into the game. But as far as Richmond playing the game first, it's also a good thing for us because we have film on them. We know what they're doing. They have no idea what we're doing.
Good point.
So I look for it like that. But we've had a pretty upbeat practice scenario going through training camp. So it's not like we're just going to go out there and all the lights are going to be on, oh, wow, here's a game. We got some good veterans, and the rookies are following lead. So I'm not too concerned. My main thing is, like what Antoine said, is if we get out to a fast start at the Civic Center, knowing how our fans react and how that place is, with the defense we have this year, it could be lights out early. Or it could be the other way around. If we get out to a really slow start, Richmond starts, sticking their chest down, it could be a long night for us.
Yeah. Well, Antoine, how was it for you now that you've been in the league for 3 or 4 years? I know it's different than traditional 11-man football, and some of the intricacies, some of the rules, a lot of things are different. How has that transition been? I mean, is it something that takes a while to get used to, or do you you think if you can play 11-man football, you can automatically play at the quarterback position I'm talking about?
It's definitely different from 11-man football. You know, the arena game is a lot quicker. Being a quarterback, you have to react quicker, you have to read quicker, you have to get rid of the ball quicker. Then outdoor, you know, it's more traditionally you drop back, take 5 steps, you can pat the ball a little bit, read the defense. In arena, you kind of have to know what's going on before you snap the ball.
You got to be ready to go, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I want you guys to break down a play for our audience if you can. I'm going to ask you when we come back from station break to go over to the whiteboard over there, draw a play or two to explain it to our fans so they can start to understand some of this intricacies and, you know, what to watch when they're coming down to the game tomorrow, what to look for and what to anticipate. So can we do that in just a couple of minutes?
Sure.
Okay, well, let's do that. And folks, remember, when you come down tomorrow, we want you to wear your blue because it's a blue out. We want a wave of blue in the stands. We're going to have a big crowd tomorrow. We want you to be part of it. We're going to take on the Richmond Raiders, Antoine's old team, so a little special excitement there. A big crowd. It's the blue out. Come on down. We look forward to seeing you, and give us a big roar, Lions roar, when you come on down. We'll see you tomorrow. But right now, we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about breaking down some plays with Coach Jason Gibson and Antoine Young, the Lions quarterback. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Get a new look and the expert tailoring to make it yours right now at Men's Warehouse. Select suits are on sale for $179.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Duke, what are you doing?
I'm yo-yoing.
Why?
Because you said you've always liked to help people who yo-yo.
Honey, I mean people who yo-yo with their weight.
Oh.
I truly understand yo-yo dieting. I've lost 50 pounds 5 times and I swore I'd never gain it back, but sure enough I did. If you struggle with your weight or if you've ever yo-yoed, let Georgia Bariatrics help you. I can stop your yo-yo. I'm just not sure about his.
Get a new look and the expert tailoring to make it yours right now at Men's Warehouse. Select suits are on sale for $179.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Only at Men's Warehouse.
You're watching Duke and the Coach.
Basically, today what we want to talk about is one of our favorite plays. So Antoine's here to kind of help us go over it. Before we get into what the play is, I'm going to let him draw it up. Basically, our basic formation, when we start anything in arena football, you have to decide which direction is it, right or left. And that is all dictated upon the X receiver. And obviously, when you look at this, it looks like just a bunch of letters. But for us, it's a language, and it means something. So, you know, if we call